People say that a dog perceives bad intentions. Let's see. Have you ever seen this happen? Someone walks towards you at the park, or a different delivery driver brings your package to the front door because the regular one is on vacation, smiling, friendly, perfectly polite, and your dog changes. Not barking wildly, not excited, not playful, just still. Maybe the tail stops wagging, maybe the body stiffens, maybe they quietly step between you and that person like a very furry security system you didn't order but apparently now own. And you laugh, relax, he's fine. But later you start wondering if your dog saw something you didn't. Is it that your dog senses danger? So now the question won't leave you alone. Can dogs recognize bad people? Can dogs sense danger? Do dogs smell bad intentions? Or is it all coincidence and confirmation bias and we just really want our dogs to be tiny, judgmental superheroes? Because here's the part that matters. If your dog can detect something about a person before you consciously register it, that changes how you listen to them. Today on FurEver, we're unpacking what's really happening when your dog reacts to someone who feels off and asking, can dogs smell bad people? Not superstition, not psychic powers, but there is something that might be just as powerful. Perhaps could even be called your dog's sixth sense, but we'll get to that. And near the end, we'll talk about the uncomfortable part. What about when your dog might be completely wrong? Let's start with what they're detecting. First off, let's just be upfront about this. They're not smelling evil. Your dog might poke you in the ribs and point out the dirty sock smell, but they can't actually smell bad guy or criminal mastermind. Too bad, right? So here's the first important reset. Your dog cannot detect morality. They don't have a bad guy scanner installed somewhere between their ears. But what they can detect is instability. And that's where things get interesting. When a person is stressed, aggressive, hiding something, or emotionally dysregulated, their body changes. Even if they're smiling, even if they're speaking calmly, even if they think they're masking it perfectly, their nervous system betrays them. Adrenaline shifts, cortisol rises, sweat chemistry changes, breathing patterns tighten. To us, invisible. To a dog, it's like someone turned the volume up. Dogs have up to 300 million olfactory receptors. Smell. We have about 6 million. So when people ask, can dogs smell bad intentions? The more accurate question is, can dogs smell stress chemistry? Yes. Yes, they can. But here's the part most people miss. Stress does not automatically equal danger. Let me say it again. Stress does not automatically equal danger, and that distinction matters. Have you ever been stressed out? Does that mean that you are dangerous? Of course not. Dogs read congruence, not words. Let's move beyond scent. Dogs don't speak English, they speak body. They are constantly scanning shoulder tension, microfacial shifts, posture, movement speed, eye contact patterns. If someone says, nice to meet you, but their shoulders are rigid, their breathing shallow, and their stance slightly forward, your dog can notice the mismatch. Humans are incredibly good at saying one thing and signaling another with their body. Dogs evolved in packs where incongruence could mean threat. So they learned to trust posture over speech. And this is where it can start to feel like they're psychic, because often your dog reacts before you consciously process what feels off about the situation. Not because they know the person is bad, but because they detect unpredictability. And unpredictability is what animals are wired to treat cautiously. Think about that for a second. Your dog isn't judging someone's character. They're asking one very simple question. Does this nervous system feel stable? And sometimes the answer is no. Now let's acknowledge something honestly. There are times when a dog reacts strongly to someone, and later you discover that person was not trustworthy. And that sticks in your memory because it feels validating, like your dog knew. Here's what likely happened. That person may have been hiding aggression, masking anxiety, containing anger, carrying heightened stress, moving in subtly controlling ways. Your dog picked up on the tension before you did. Dogs evolved to notice subtle shifts in energy because survival depended on it. They are masters of pattern recognition. They don't need a full behavioral report. They need one anomaly. But here's where it gets complicated, because sometimes your dog is reacting to something that has nothing to do with morality at all. As you know, nothing is 100%. There always has to be the exception, right? And this is the part that balances everything out. When dogs misread the room. Let's say your dog was attacked by a tall man wearing a hat 5 years ago. Now a tall man in a hat walks into your house. Your dog stiffens. Is that man dangerous? No, not necessarily, but your dog's nervous system stored a pattern. Dogs generalize. One negative experience can color an entire category. Same with deep voices, or certain perfumes, fast movements, specific breeds, even facial hair. To your dog, it's not "this person is bad." It's "this resembles something that once felt unsafe." That's memory, not moral judgment. And then there's something even subtler. Your dog reads you. If you tense up around someone, even slightly, your dog notices. If you feel unsure, awkward, intimidated, or socially uncomfortable, your dog may react to your micro shifts. They're not always reacting to the other person. Sometimes they're reacting to you and your body language. Which brings us to an important reframe. Dogs detect instability, not evil. The through line here is this. Dogs are incredibly sensitive to nervous system regulation. They respond to emotional congruence, chemical stress signals, movement patterns, behavioral predictability. When someone is emotionally regulated and consistent, dogs tend to relax. When someone is erratic, tense, or mismatched in their signals, dogs may alert. And that alert may look like stiff posture, avoidance, growling, blocking behavior, sudden clinginess. But it's not a verdict, it's data. Your dog is saying, something feels off to me. That doesn't mean the person is dangerous, but it does mean your dog detected something that triggered caution. And caution is not a bad instinct, it just needs interpretation. So, should you trust your dog? Here's the balanced answer. Listen to your dog, but don't outsource your judgment to them. If your dog reacts strongly to someone, it's worth observing, for sure. Not panicking, not assuming evil intent, just observing. Ask yourself, is this person tense? Are they behaving incongruently? Am I feeling something too? Or is this a pattern from my dog's past? Dogs are brilliant at detecting instability. They are not moral philosophers, and honestly, neither are most of the rest of us. And this isn't the only way dogs evaluate humans. There's actually a fascinating study where dogs stopped trusting a person who lied to them. Dogs keep score. But that's a story for another video because it opens an entirely different conversation about canine trust and fairness. For today, let's bring this full circle. The truth about bad person radar. Your dog does not possess supernatural evil detection, but they do possess extraordinary sensitivity to anomalies. They detect emotional regulation, chemical stress, pattern shifts, incongruence, instability, and sometimes instability correlates with danger. That's why it can feel like they knew. Not because they sensed a villain, but because they sensed something unsteady before you consciously named it. And that's pretty remarkable. So the next time your dog reacts to someone unexpectedly, don't assume that they've identified a comic book antagonist, but don't ignore them either. Just pause, observe, and remember, your dog isn't judging character, they're scanning for safety, which honestly is exactly what they were bred to do. Eek! I gotta go. I have to tell my dog that the delivery driver is not, in fact, a long-term threat to civilization. Or is he? FurEver.